What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to $10,000 EIDL grants for middle and high-income communities. It is Wednesday, February the 24th, 2021. Please do me a huge favor. Give this video a thumbs up. Hashtag EIDL with your comments below, and please consider sharing this very important video all over social media. All right, ladies and gentlemen, quick reminder. Tomorrow night, 6 p.m., East Coast Standard Time, we're going to be doing our second YouTube Live, where this guy right here is going to give away $4,000 at least of cold hard cash by way of the Cash App in an hour-long or so YouTube Live, which will include adult beverages and a whole lot of fun. So, after this video, go to my community link. Last night I did a poll called $4,000 Cash Prize. You must like the poll, you must vote on the poll, and you must comment. So far, only half of you that liked it and or voted put a comment below. If you didn't see the first YouTube Live, I trust the good Lord to tell me where to stop when I'm cruising down through your comments to determine who's going to win. And just like last time, we'll choose 6 or 7 winners from the comments in the poll and a few in the live chat. So I hope you can make it. Once again, 6 p.m. East Coast Standard Time, while this fellow small business owner does what he can. And by the way, this will mean that we have given away over $21,000 in the last 3 months. I am doing what I can to help all of you that are in financial need. Which brings me to a very important video. And I'm going to try to keep the F-bombs to a minimum because I need you to share this. Because something big is going on, ladies and gentlemen. I heard last night, first of all, that the powers that be at the SBA have told Google/YouTube to start censoring any channel that is running videos with respect to the EIDL grant because we don't have our facts straight. Oh, really? Okay. Well, let's get this fucking straight. Well, there's one. Let's get this straight. And this is, by the way, going to every senator, congressman, and women, and I hope all over Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. I know what the facts are. So do other channels like Rod Squad, Speak and See, who had a great video last night calling out the fact that there might be an investigation because the prior administration of the SBA was playing fun and games with respect to your taxpayer dollars. Whether it's partly true, all true, who the hell cares? Something is going on. Something's rotten in the state of Denmark, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it because I'm going to tell you guys right now, not only do I know the facts, I know exactly what's been going on for the last 11 months that I've been fighting for $10,000 of the balance thereof, the removal of the loan caps, put them back at $2 million, and I want the whole EIDL loan forgiven, just like our friend, or is he, Big Ben Cardin. Where you been, Ben? Let's start with you, and then we're going to go to Chuck Schumer. You have been saying for the last several weeks, as reportedly, Facebook is censoring and canceling certain groups that are a little too out of control because they want their middle or high-income community grants that were promised with respect to the CARES Act. But you, Big Ben, who has been a friend of this show, you spent much of late December and early January blaming the Republicans who were in control when the prior bill that was passed on December 27th was passed. You and others were blaming the Republicans for stuffing in the low-income community. Oh, really? Well, Ben, Chuck, Nancy, President Biden, who's in control at the moment of all 3 branches of government? Well, yes, it's the Democrats. We have a Democrat president, a Democrat House, and now a Democrat Senate. So, Big Ben Cardin, what's your excuse now? You have the power to step into, as a member of the Senate Committee for Small Business, and fix what the House under Nancy Pelosi's trying to do, and that is pander to low-income communities. What say you, Ben? Which brings me to Chuck Schumer. You know, Chuck, I was born in New York. And for the most part, I have a tremendous amount of respect for you. You've served this country, and we do not, and I repeat, do not agree on many issues. But I remember you, Chuck, August the 19th of last year. You were in Peru, New York, less than an hour from where I grew up. And you told a crowd of about 100 people under that tree that you were, and I quote, asking for $80 billion for EIDL grant money and another $100 billion for the loan. And what that is, Chuck, that is the EIDL for Small Business Act, known as S4227, entered in the Senate on July 10th by Jacky Rosen of middle-income Las Vegas and John Cornyn, a Republican of middle-income Dallas, Texas. So I ask of you, Chuck, just like I did Big Ben Cardin, what's your excuse now? You didn't mention a damn thing back then about low-income community requirements. So where the hell is this coming from? Does it have something to do with the investigation that Speak and See alluded to last night? Where is the money going, and why suddenly is it only seem to be going to low-income communities? What's the pander here? Who's getting bribed? Who's getting paid off? I want to know, because if it's not me, it's going to be somebody else, and you can feel the groundswell, ladies and gentlemen. They can do all they want with respect to blocking and or leading Facebook groups. They may even take my ass off social media. My views are down 35% coincidentally in the last 72 hours. So is it really going on? Chuck, are they censoring guys like me because they don't want the word to get out? That you have suddenly figured out that, gee, maybe we can lock down the low-income community vote and whoever it is that's really behind leading that movement, because we've already got Middle America locked up. Or do you, Joe? Or do you, Chuck? Who's Joe? I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the truth. I know the facts. And the facts are, as of right now, this moment, I am thrilled beyond imagine that upwards of 40% of you, according to a recent poll, has gotten an email from the SBA that you fall into a targeted EIDL advance, aka low-income community. Because many of you report being in middle income, but I'm absolutely beyond livid. And I won't shut my mouth until I find out who's ordering the censorship of guys like me. Is there an investigation going on because the SBA under the prior administration was funneling money to certain groups and or individuals when it was supposed to be going to you, the small business owner? And Chuck Schumer, once again, I ask of you, why the sudden obsession? You certainly aren't in a low-income community district of New York. Most of yours, in fact, are middle to upper-income communities. What the hell is going on? There is no more excuse. The Democrats control every house. Jacky Rosen, I need you and John Cornyn to somehow muster up a bunch of magic before it's too late and get parts of S4227 in there, because there is no mention of requirements for low-income communities. And if you want to adopt the $15 billion that the House proposed, fine. But put another $40 billion at least in Section 332 with respect to the emergency EIDL grant, or this whole thing's going to blow up. Miss Isabel Guzman, who seems like she's a wonderful lady. She's highly recommended from her predecessor, Karen Mills. Karen Mills said you deserve 10 grand. In the pin Facebook Live with Big Ben Cardin December 10th, there was no mention of low-income community requirements. I want to know why all of a sudden, right before the election, it's all about low-income community. Who's getting bribed? Who's getting paid off? Who's being pandered to? We're going to find out. And I can promise you right now, if it's not going to be me, it's going to be somebody else, probably a lot richer and more powerful than me, that's going to bring the whole house of cards down. And I'd rather not see the SBA under Miss Guzman spend the next 4 years fighting one lawsuit after another. So I'm asking one more time today. Chuck Schumer, you're running the Senate. There was no mention of low-income community requirements in Peru, New York in August. You need to get together with Jacky Rosen, one of your colleagues, and John Cornyn, who are sponsors of S4227, and others that are in the Senate committee, like Chris Coons and Susan Collins, who doesn't even want to pay anybody a $1,400 check, and you need to come together. There must be, and I underline must be, $10,000 or the balance thereof for middle and high-income communities, many of which have been gutted. Do you know how many low-income people are living in middle-income census tracts? Or how many people that are actually living in a middle-income census tract that have been demolished? They've lost upwards of 90% of economic loss. They're pretty much, for the most part, a low-income community member. I want an answer. And I want it now, before it's too late. So until next time, I will see the rest of you tomorrow night at 6 p.m. And Chuck and Nancy and Big Ben and John and Jacky, what say you? Thanks for watching.